Good morning again, traders, or hello, should I say. Right, on Twitter, I just announced or showed a couple of trades, long cable because of an H1. This is GJ, but similar setup. H1 reversal 3CR with momentum. I did show GJ as a chart, I think, as well. And the point, something occurred to me yesterday. We've been talking about 2B reversals and people getting confused with 3CR. It is confusing at first. There are a lot of rules, but there are not so many rules with 2B reversals. They are a fantastic pattern. If we go up to H4, this might be a little bit clearer, this one. But don't get hung up by the technicals, 4 candles down, 3 back up, or 2 on Sporandio's diagram. Look up Vic Sporandio, Trader Vic, 2B reversals, or just search on my Twitter feed 2B reversals and you'll get loads of pictures of them. And 1, 2, 3 reversals as well. Great patterns, great, easy to trade. Well, not easy to trade, nothing's easy, but easy to see. So here we can see a 2B reversal. That's the high, or sorry, that's the high. That's swing 1. Swing 2 is the bounce, if you like, the pullback, and swing 3 is the poke, if you like. I think who was it I was reading about? Richard Weiss, I think it was, or David Weiss, I think. But he calls this the spring. Anyway, the point is they've pushed it down, they've pulled it back up, they've pushed it down, and then you get a fast reversal, like a spring action. A 2B reversal, the target should be the start of the high, and I've marked that high there because we have got this little area of congestion. You could consider this as well if you use the higher time frames, but so many important things about these 2B reversals. They are absolutely everywhere. The best ones to look for are ones long off of demand support, or preferably with divergence, and then just wait for the Vic Sporandio triggers. So Vic would put a low on that low there, and the bar that breaks through it becomes the entry bar, if you like, or trigger bar. And what I wait for, we used to just say take a break of that high. What I would suggest is you take a close, because you will get a pullback and then you will get a potential continuation. Plus the close, obviously, I live and die by candle closes through line charts and such like. You can then also you want to wait for the usual suspects. You can use multiple time frames to time your trades better, but as you can see, if you use the TMA slope, you're already in a buy situation. These changes from red to green are so rare, which is why I love this, and just have the other colour set to a dark colour or grey. But again, that's all on my Twitter feed and on my YouTube channel. Just Google or search rather on both of those feeds TMA, and then these are just so, if you get confused about 3CRs, use these and use Aaron's fantastic indicator, and you'll notice that when you get your entries, they will coincide with the 2B reversal rules, the very simple 2B reversal rules, and you'll start to, I think it'll educate you in the 2B reversals as well. So all you have to be able to do is draw that pattern. It doesn't, the count of the candles does not matter at all. They can be the ugliest looking 2Bs in the entire world. There it is there, right mess. So as you can see, if we'd drawn it on this time frame H1, we would have had to have sort of revised our targets possibly. There's the start, because you've got congestion, red and green candles as opposed to a nice long line of red. Then you do your normal pullback area, so we've still got the same low, of course, But now this is really interesting and really worthwhile as well. Um, when you draw that lower line on the low, it will cut through a bar. But something I didn't pick up for years on Vic Sporandio stuff is you keep moving the bar down. So you're protected from getting into trades too early, because you wouldn't get in at this point here. My G cable is still running 20 pips in the positive at the moment. That's good. But H1 3CRs are so powerful, especially at the start of the Frankfurt and London Open. So we live and learn from screen time and watching these things play out, and obviously looking on old historical charts. I always say everything you need to learn to trade is on your charts, and if you've got a few good indicators like the Dragon, the 3CR, the RSI Histo, TMA Slope, the 2B reversal and 1, 2, 3 higher low reversal patterns, you can't go wrong. So subsequent candles, so instead of having to wait for this one, the high of this one that's broken, you can actually, when you get a new candle low with a new lower high, so I'm looking at this red one now for instance. In fact, I'm never sure whether it includes the lowest low on that one, but we'll just go for a pure resistance, which is the penultimate 2B reversal candle. Then you can see you've got your 3CR up on this H1 chart. Then you can see we've got all this sideways. And remember, you've still got this significant level from the H4 3CR, which has come up tested, tested, and tested. So shows the importance really of using multi-time frame analysis, always checking the higher time frames. Because if you got here based on the H1, here on the H1, let's put a vertical on there. It would have been, that's the bust, that's the pullback, that's the break and close. You would have been in for a lot of pain and drawdown there. Everything else on this H1 looks fairly reasonable. Not massive momentum, but still broke the 20. But if you go to H4, and this is how to use the higher time frames to eliminate problems, H4 doesn't look very interesting at all. It's just pushed up, but it hasn't closed at that stage. It's pushed up but hasn't closed. Instantly we get a pullback, and then we get the final break and close up, and we've got a sort of a push or bust, pullback, break and close on the TMA. See, notice the TMA has done, in this instance, possibly a better job than the RSI. So they're both equally as good. The RSI is fantastic on the lower time frames without a shadow of a doubt, but on the slightly higher time frames I feel this gives us a little bit of a smoothed out but clear. This isn't clear in my opinion. This is quite clear. There's no disputing that it's come from below zero, it's above zero, it's pulled back, it's continued, and the H4 RSI has done the same thing. So the other the H4 2B reversal has done its job as well. The other thing I wanted to talk about with 2B reversals is that, even on this H4, at no point in all of this move down were we faked into a potential reversal to the long side. And if you look at H1, again, what I mean to say is, there was no 2B reversal. You could have drawn a line under that, considered that a 2B reversal or start. Swing up 1, swing 2, swing 3. You would have drawn a line there. That would have been your high line to break. You didn't break it. It's come down again. You didn't break it. It's come down again. You didn't break it with any sort of momentum. No trigger to the upside. So we're always, we've got such a powerful set of tools in our toolbox with these 2B reversals that you could develop a very, very well, a potentially simpler but just as powerful method as the 3CRs. 3CRs are very advanced, of course they are, but everywhere you look you've got 2Bs going on. This is a big 2B. You've got a little 2B here, you've got a little 2B here. Let's have a look at this one. They are absolutely everywhere. And this one is off the 89 EMA, which is fabulous. That's exactly what the sort of thing. So we've got an uptrend, low, high, high, low, high, high, swing 4, swing 5 potentially. So if we look at the mechanics of this, we'll go down one time frame at a time. There's swing 1, there's swing 2, there's swing 3. So you could draw your low on there, and you want to trade, and you will be astounded. The more of these that you study, you will be astounded with the fact that that acts as support over this side. And as long as we get the triggers here, and if you use the slope, which I suggest you practice with it, try it, it's free, as is every indicator that I use, you may well find it helps. But most importantly, 2B reversal off the 34 EMA. Now we're on this time frame. I mean, what more can you want, really? 3CR, Aaron's indicator here as well, momentum and the TMA slope. This was pretty much a no-brainer. I don't know what the cable ended up looking like on a 2B reversal scenario, but yeah, swing 1, swing 2, swing 3. It's not as clear as the GJ, which is probably why I went straight to GJ. And once we've broken through with the 3CR, pulled back and bounced off that support. So we're off the 34 and we're off the 2B reversal. That's swing 1, that's swing 2, that's swing 3. This is Vic Sperandio's trigger bar. So we draw the high on that, and as you can see, once we closed through, price didn't even look back. And remember also, I mentioned this in a tweet yesterday, the busy times of day you will get the faster moves. So get these things set up, which it was set up well before the London Open and Frankfurt Open, should I say, and expect it to move in your direction. These are such high probability setups. You've got everything in your favour. You've got an old congestion area here, supply and demand, come back and tested, it's bounced off of it. Buyers have overwhelmed the sellers, or are overwhelming the sellers. You've got the 34 EMA that is solid. So much going on. You've got an Asian range low set here as well, and a new Asian range high just being finished, as it were. And what more can I say? 2B reversals. And I often say on my tweets as well, if I can't go short, I have to go long. And this was screaming long. Okay, so thanks for watching. Have a great day. 2B reversals, they are the doggies whatsits everywhere on your charts. Oh, I apologise about the aircon and fans and everything going. It is so hot over here at the moment.